Welcome to Women in the Bible. We are on lady number 27, right? 27? I just had to confirm. We're on lady number 27. Lady number 27 is Miriam. Miriam was the older sister to Moses. She grew up at a time when the children of Israel were in slavery in Egypt. And we know that at some point also she had leprosy and she was quarantined for 7 days. She was isolated because God was punishing her for disrespecting the man of God who happened to be her younger brother, right? So what are some of the virtues about Miriam? This is one thing that I absolutely love about Lady Miriam, who was also a prophetess at the time but also a worshiper, is that this woman can sing, she can worship, she can celebrate victory. You know, we hear about her actually singing and celebrating, leading women in worship. And I love that about these women because I believe that us as women, we need to really always dedicate time to celebrate when we win. Because you know, when it's painful, you pause to cry, to process your painful emotions. But at the same time, when something goes right, you need to pause and just sing God that song of praise and just dance unto the Lord and just watch that victory and give God the honor and the praise that he absolutely deserves. And one thing about her is that she led other women in worship. She led other women in praise, in singing, in whatnot, in celebrating. I believe that being the woman who tells other women, let's have fun, let's sing to the Lord, let's celebrate the goodness of the Lord, that is actually a great thing. And so the downside of her character is that she was full of pride. It seemed like pride came upon her. For what reason? Please leave a comment down below just to tell us why Miriam actually had pride. Was it because her brother was actually leading everybody? But we know she had pride at some point. And then also at some point she was mistaken. She assumed superiority over Moses, and that didn't please God at all. And so these are some of the reflection questions that we would want to look at when we're thinking about the life of Miriam. All right, are you able to take time to celebrate? You know, are you able to take time to celebrate? Do you have something or somewhere? I have somewhere where I write down the things that are beautiful that came out from the day. And I believe that, you know, for us to really not feel like God has abandoned us, if we can be intentional with documenting and writing down and journaling and, you know, talking about the goodness of the Lord and seeing what God has done for us, and that becomes a habit, that becomes something that you do continuously. It's actually a great thing that we should learn from Miriam. She might have done it maybe once or twice, but this should actually be something that we do on a daily basis, right? And then the other question, reflection question is, lady, do you know when you overstep authority? Do you know? Do you see yourself? Do you ever catch yourself? Before God comes in with leprosy and punishing and everything, do you know when you are taking it too far? I was actually so blessed that the other day I was listening to one of the devotionals that the pastor just shared with the church online, and I was listening to it. And when I finished listening to that devotional, I was so convicted, you know. The theme was around pride, around the fact that you have to humble yourself. And I actually realized that, my goodness, I'm actually dealing with a level of pride here. And I was so repentful. I was like, God, I'm so sorry. And I actually noticed that, you know, there are times when unless you allow yourself to pause and reflect, you may actually be in error. You may actually be living a life that is full of pride and lacking humility, and you actually don't know it. I mean, I realized actually a couple of areas of my life where I was like, my goodness, I've actually been moving in pride in this area. And I thank God for his mercy and love and the blood of Jesus Christ that washes away all iniquity in our hearts. And I believe that with fear and trembling, I can begin to learn to move in an area of humility in that area of my life. So please comment and leave down below what you feel that Miriam did wrong. I really want us to really reflect on this, especially with regards to how we treat people in authority. Okay, that was lady number 27. Until lady number 28, see you on the other side.